Ramadan time and running out of time, but yet craving for some good biryani? Let's try out this simple recipe with a handful of ingredients. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another episode of Non Perfecto. Today's recipe is inspired by Miss late Sarah Riaz. May the Almighty have mercy on her. She has shared some of the best recipes one could try. So let's look at our ingredients. As and how we move ahead with the process, I'll show you where to use them. In step 1, we need 4 bulbs of garlic with the skin. We are going to coarsely crush them, so you can either use a mixer jar or you can use a pestle and a mortar. I would suggest you to use a pestle and a mortar because most of my garlic was uncrushed. So this is the consistency I'm happy with, and I'm going to take it out in a bowl and add 4 cups of water. There is a change in the bowl here because my previous bowl couldn't hold all of that water. I'm adding a little water to the jar to get out all the garlic that was left over because every flavor counts. We will let that garlic sit for at least 10 minutes so that it releases most of its flavors. In a pan, we add our 2 kilos of chicken. We will strain our garlic water with the help of a sieve. We will squeeze out as much water as possible. You can use a spoon, but I'm using my hand. You know, they say garlic makes your nails stronger. Maybe, let's try it. Adding a little more water to extract all the flavors as much as possible. Those are 35 cardamoms. Before adding them to the water, make sure you have opened them. I'm adding 2.5 teaspoons of salt, but you can add according to your taste. Now I add 200 ml of ghee into the pan. Sorry guys, my camera went out of focus. We will give it a gentle stir, and please do not reduce the quantity of the ghee because that amount is required. Let's close the lid and allow the chicken to cook, and my flame is on medium high. While the chicken cooks, let's start with step 2. I'm adding half a teaspoon of nutmeg powder, also known as jaifal in Hindi, to my 1 kg of curd, which is nicely whisked. I'm adding 1 whole maize as I'm running short of the powder. It is also known as javitri. And I just crush it with my hand. And that is some orange food color. I'll be adding a pinch of it. You can completely skip it if you do not want to add. 3 inch of ginger thinly sliced also goes into our curd mixture. I'm adding about 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Let's give it a good mix and let it rest till it is ready to be used. For step 3, I have some whole spices such as cinnamon, black and green cardamom, cloves, bay leaves, shazira and black peppercorns. Here you have an option of adding all the whole spices to a cloth, or you can directly add them to the rice. Those are about 15 to 20 black peppercorns and half a teaspoon of shazira. Make sure you do not skip this step because the rice gives out a really good fragrance and we want that. I have secured the ends and beating the spices a little so that they release their fragrance in the water. I'm adding that to my vessel which has 10 cups of water to boil the rice and salt according to your taste. We will close the lid and wait till the water boils. For step 4, I'm taking a little broth into a bowl and adding a pinch of saffron. Alternatively, you can do the same step with a tablespoon of water or milk. Let's give it a mix and keep it aside till it is ready to be used. The cardamoms have done their part, so it's time to discard them. Nobody likes so many cardamoms while they are eating, do they? I see my water is boiling, so now it's time to add the rice. I had pre-soaked my 5 cups of India Gate Basmati rice for about 30 to 40 minutes. We will only let our rice to be cooked 3/4, and it should look something like this. As my rice was done, I have strained it and added food color to only a portion of it. The way I did it is I added a few drops of food color to a small portion of rice and gave it a gentle mix, and also added 2 to 3 drops of ghee so that the color doesn't stick to other rice. To a broad and a big vessel, I add a few of the chicken pieces and about 2 cups of my yakhni. Yakhni is the chicken broth. Now I add half of my curd mixture. While mixing the rice, please be gentle as the rice is hot, it'll break easily. And now add the rice to the chicken. And for the final finish, we add our saffron water and a little bit of ghee. You can completely skip it if you want to. As I had a few uncrushed garlics, I added them as well. Add a few holes to the rice so that it cooks well. I do not want any steam to escape, so I will be using an aluminium foil, but you can use a lid if you want to. For the initial 10 minutes, we will let it cook on a high flame. And for the next 40 minutes, I will keep it on a simmer. We usually call it we have kept the rice on dum. Subhanallah, the aroma is so heavenly and our rice is done. Look at it. Trust me, this is a must-try recipe, so do give it a try. I cannot tell you how awesome this smells. 5 cups of rice is equivalent to 1 kilo, and 1 kilo will serve 10 to 12 people. If you are cooking for a smaller group of people, then reduce the quantity accordingly. If you want me to share more of these videos, then make sure you comment below, and hey, do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to turn on the notifications. Until we meet again, Assalamu alaikum.